Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Delta 6. So I just wanted to make this quick video, guys, because I finally was able to get one. A lot of guys don't have it, but it's one of my new favorite toys, which I made in the last video that we're going to be doing some training videos with OC spray and a taser. So I was finally able to get one, like I said. So here it is, guys. See, X26 Taser. Comes with the light, the laser. Definitely, guys, this was $600 compared to a brand new one. It's 1,000 or more. I think it's worth it. So the yellow one has a 15-foot cable. If y'all guys are wondering the difference between the colors, I know a lot of times they don't really explain what's going on with the color differentiation on the cartridge, but the yellow is a 15 foot and it has higher penetration for heavier clothes and things of that nature with a wider spread. Having a wider spread is good because that means that when you do tase somebody, it's most likely going to pin them down hard, versus the other longer cables are going to have a shorter spread, and it's not going to cause as much, I guess you could say, pain or damage, whatever you want to call it, to where it pits them down where you're able to safely put them in cuffs and do what you need to do. So I ordered this online, guys. It's through Accredited Security Taser, and it comes with a lot of cool stuff. And as you can tell right there, guys, that's what I paid for it. With tax, obviously, and I think shipping was maybe less than $10 or whatever, and I got it in 2 days, so I can't complain there. But yeah, guys, if you don't have one, I would suggest getting one, just for the simple fact of, OC spray is good and all, which I still do carry that on my belt. The only problem with OC spray is that in our area, we're literally right next to the bay, so we get a sea breeze in. Especially nighttime, we get a lot of breezes. Whenever it's winter, or cold fronts or whatever is going on, we get breezes. Summertime, we get storms popping up in the afternoons all the time, and also in the evening. So OC spray is good for indoors, or like areas where there's not that much wind. But in our case, guys, like I was saying, the wind here is pretty much a constant. So I needed to finally get it because, I was thinking about it. If me and my partner are taking care of a call, or even if I'm by myself, especially if I'm by myself, which normally I am, and I go and find this guy. For instance, we have a guy who we're, trying to find, who's been peeking into people's windows at nighttime, hiding in the bushes. So if it's, a windy day, which, like I said, most of the time it is, and I find this guy and I OC spray him because he comes at me. Well, if the wind blows at that very moment, which happens all the time, I'm gonna OC spray myself at that point, right? I might put myself in a position where he can grab my gun and he can use it against me, and I can't do anything about it. I can fight like hell, but when it comes down to it, guys, there's only so much that you can do at that point if you're OC sprayed. And like I said, I'm gonna be making a video with me and my partner getting tased, doing the taser training as well as the OC training. Now, what I want you guys to know is, when you guys go through this, if you guys ever do OC or taser training for your companies, for one, you don't need a cane instructor to do it. You can do it yourself with your employees, and then print them out or email them a certificate of completion, or certificate of training, rather, for taser, OC, baton, whatever the case is. As long as you have your training beforehand, you'll be good. Plus, it's up to the company to determine what they would require for training on it. So, with that being said, guys, I would suggest, if you do it with your guys or you hire somebody, make sure that when your guys get OC sprayed, they're not just, coughing, vomiting, whatever the case is. Make sure when they get OC sprayed, guys, you tell them to get back up. They're coming at you. And you have one of your guys, not, go and beat the crap out of them, but you have one of those guys approach them and start wrestling with them. So they can get it in their minds when they can't see, when they can't breathe, they still need to stay in the fight. They still need to handle their business and do what they need to do. And the same goes for tasing. The more you get tased, the more you get immune to it. So with that being said, when you tase your guys during training, you should get them in the habit of doing those drills. So during the training, instead of just having two guys hold your guy up and then tasing them in the back, you would rather, for instance, be in a matted area, hopefully, or a grassy area that's soft, and if they fall, they're not going to get a concussion. But you would have them, in an interview stance, which is pretty much your hands up here talking to somebody, and then they go and snatch a taser off of their front of their belt. And as they do that, have your guy back up approximately, 8-10 feet, and I would prefer 10 feet at this point, and have your guy turn around so that it's in the back and you're not arcing over your heart, right? Then have your guy that took that taser, tase him in the back, and the person that is getting tased, have them immediately get up and try to fight it, and that's not going to be easy. Most people won't be able to do it, but it gets it in their minds that when that adrenaline hits, if they're ever, God forbid, in that scenario, that adrenaline is going to help them do it. But it puts it in their memory that they need to go ahead and stay in the fight. Get dummy firearms in their holsters, the plastic ones or whatever. Have them turn, on their side, draw that firearm, and give them commands, or if your policy at that point is just to, tell them to pretend shoot them or whatever the case is, you can do that, and start pulling at least one of those barbs out, right? Because if one of them's not making contact, it's not really going to work, right? So, we might or we might not show that in our training video. I'm going to see if we can't get that recorded when we do it. Because it's going to be pretty much a whole day event that we're going to be tased. We're going to get used to the currents, used to the OC spray. And the more you're used to it, guys, the more it's in your memory, the more your body kind of builds, an immunity, or, you adapt to it a lot easier. God forbid you're ever in a situation. But like I was saying, guys, the OC spray is not always the best option. It's great if you're working indoors, like a Publix or Walmart, wherever the case is. Some companies don't want you to have OC in stores, especially grocery stores, because of some or another about if you spray the OC spray, they're going to have to shut down the store. It's going to go in the air duct, whatever the case is. There's a lot of stupid stuff out there. Personally, I don't agree with that people think, but nonetheless, guys, having a taser and OC spray is your best bet. At the minimum, OC spray will cover more than one individual. So if there's 5 people fighting in a parking lot at a bar or a club, I would suggest using OC spray, right? If you don't have an option. If it's you against one guy, or one girl, and they have, a beer bottle in their hand and they're getting aggressive with you, whatever the case is, go ahead and put that distance between you, about 10 feet, and go ahead and do what you need to do at that point. Same as a firearm, aim, center, mass, and all that good stuff, but having that taser as a secondary, option for less lethal is better. The more less lethal options you have, the better it is for you, because that means that you're not going to have to resort to excessive force or deadly force when you shouldn't need to. But that's it for this video, guys. I wanted to show you that. And you know, if you have any questions, if you have a taser, let us know what works for you, what kind of taser it is. This is the X26P for police. So, you know, that's one I personally would put my trust in and life in. But like I said, if you guys have experience with other ones, leave it down below in the comments. Let us know what it is. And until next time, guys, be blessed, be safe, and have a good night.